Hey guys, Matt here, and welcome to my fragrance obsession. In tonight's episode, we're going to go back to the house of Revlon and review one of the world's most famous and most iconic perfumes that came out in the 1970s. 1973, to be precise. And this fragrance is called Charlie. Apparently, every woman in the 1970s wore this. I think it was mainly because it was a substitute for, a lot of the expensive fragrances that were around at that time. Chanel Number 5 being one of the most expensive fragrances. Charlie has always been very affordable. You can find it in drugstores, you can find it in discounters. It's just ever so cheap. And before I review this fragrance any further, I want to say a big thank you to my friend Matt for actually sending me this bottle. Thank you so much for this, Matt. I really, really do appreciate it. Now, before I mention about the smell and stuff, I just want to tell you a little bit about this fragrance. Now, this fragrance, Charlie, of course, is named after somebody. And this is something that I only found out tonight, and it kind of makes a lot of sense. The guy who founded the company of Revlon was somebody called Charles Revson.
Charlie.
Yeah, it's named after him. And the guy who founded the company had a few other fragrances as well. And one of the other fragrances that I have is this one right here. And this is Carissa. And I reviewed this one when I was in the States. And this is a vintage bottle. And there are so many different similarities to it. I mean, come on. You look at the bottles, right? They kind of do tell you a bit. And the Carissa name right here. And then you look at the Charlie. Yeah. Whenever I think of an iconic perfume for women, this is one of the ones that comes to mind. It's so iconic to the point that every single woman in the 1970s actually wore this perfume. I think at some point I can remember my nana actually wearing this fragrance, and because it comes across as that sort of old ladyish, mature perfume, but to me, I don't get that sort of vibe whatsoever. I mean, I will talk about that in terms of the smell, but for now, let's talk about the presentation. Now, this is for the original perfume, just so you know, guys, and it's simply known as Charlie. There is a fragrance called Charlie Blue here in the United Kingdom, which I haven't smelled, but apparently it's exactly the same as this. So let's talk about the bottle design. Now, we get this very chic looking bottle design, very vintage looking, sort of mature sort of vibe, with the colour of the juice and everything. We get Charlie there in the very famous Charlie font. And we get this cap, which I will be honest is so cheap. It's metal, but if you squeeze it, it is going to mold into a squashed, way. So you don't want to do that. So it is very cheap. But we get Charlie on the top there, which is pretty nice, and it's also in there as well. You can see it right there. Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, this bottle design isn't really that bad. And we get this on the side here. It's got cologne spray, eau de toilette, all that usual stuff. Now, this fragrance is known as a floral aldehyde, and we're going to talk about the notes right now. So, in terms of the notes, in the top, we get lemon blossom, peach, and hyacinth. So I'm going to spray this fragrance on me right now. Sprayer isn't actually that bad for this fragrance, I will say that. I think if I can remember correctly, my nanny did used to have a bottle of this, and when I was young, I used to go into her bathroom and, spray stuff just to be mischievous, I guess. And I remember she had a bottle of Charlie perfume, I'm pretty sure she did, and I remember spraying it, and I remember sneezing for the rest of the day. It was so strong. Now, I don't know if I've built a sort of metabolism to fragrances these days, and my nose has just gotten used to strong smells, because right now, it's very mellow. I mean, it's strong, no doubt about it. It's strong, but it's mellow in the sense that I'm just used to it, So, straight away, when I smell this fragrance, I get a very nice floral smell. It's so strong, like a bunch of flowers. Yeah, I get a kind of daisy smell out of this. I don't know if you guys get that, but it smells like a bunch of flowers, like white flowers. Lemon blossom? See, I don't know. It smells like a blossom. There's no doubt about it. It just smells like a very powdery floral, but I don't actually get any of that. But in terms of the peach, I do get the peach, if I'm honest. The peach is probably the strongest note in the opening, without a doubt. I mean, it's floral, but the peach is definitely there. But yeah, in terms of the opening, this is very floral, definitely strong on the aldehydes, even though it doesn't list that this fragrance has aldehydes. You do definitely get that aldehyde sort of smell, that sort of 1970s mature lady smell. It's definitely in there, no doubt about it. In terms of the middle notes, we get rose, orris root, lily of the valley, cyclamen, and carnation. So after this fragrance has been on my skin for about 10 minutes, that sort of powderiness starts to go away, and we do get this rose. It's very pure. It's very strong on the nostrils. So if you are into your rose sort of sense, you will really like this one. Yeah, it definitely narrows down to something a little bit more pure. Like, it's definitely not powdery. It doesn't smell like that bouquet of flowers anymore. It actually smells like pretty much just rose. I mean, I do get a tiny bit of, carnation, but in terms of the other notes, not an awful lot. I mean, I would have probably said, like, if Lily was listed in the opening of this fragrance, I would have said, you know what, yeah, easily. But right now, it pretty much just smells like a rose and carnation combination. But I would say that the rose was definitely the strongest note in the middle. But yeah, it's definitely not a bad smell up to this point. And in terms of the base notes, guys, cedar, musk, oak moss, sandalwood, and vanilla. Now, in terms of the dry down, this fragrance on my skin lasts for about 5 hours, which isn't too bad. You've got to remember, this isn't an eau de parfum, this is simply a cologne eau de toilette. 5 hours, great longevity, especially for an inexpensive fragrance like Charlie. Yeah, it's definitely creamy in the dry down. The vanilla definitely is playing a big part in this. I definitely do get cedarwood. It's very sweet and it's very woody, but I don't know why, but I get amber, and the amber is so oriental. Like, even though it's not listed that amber's in this fragrance, I'm without a doubt getting an amber smell, and just with that vanilla, it smells absolutely divine. It could just be me, but I'm getting an amber note, Yeah, just a really, really nice smell. I can see why this fragrance was so iconic in the 1970s, It was mainly made to make women smell very powerful, and it's definitely a powerful scent. It's definitely a confident fragrance. But yeah, so far the fragrance actually does smell really nice. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I don't really think that this fragrance is too feminine. I actually would wear this myself. Like in my own space. I probably wouldn't wear it to say hanging out with my friends or something. Definitely not. Because yeah, I mean, I think it's just because I'm so comfortable with fragrances these days, and I don't really care about gender and stuff. So to me, it's something that I would wear in my own space, my own comfort zone, if you like. So yeah, and I can see to this day, while it's still very iconic, I mean, you know, yeah, it smells really, really nice. And whenever I go to the supermarkets and whenever I go to stores, it's always on the shelf, Charlie. You get so many different Charlies, like Charlie White, including this one right here, Charlie Red, which I actually do have in my collection. I'll be doing a review on this one pretty soon. This one is beautiful, and it's definitely not feminine. Definitely not. I'll be doing a review on that one actually pretty soon. But yeah, just a really nice fragrance, guys. If you are into mature perfumes, if there's any women out there who are watching this review and are looking for a very mature scent, Charlie's a good one. Don't let it fool you. I mean, I know when I was young, I used to see commercials and adverts for this, and I used to think, oh god, there's something my nana would wear. It's probably going to smell like pee. Which is stupid, To this day, I think it's just because I've learned to appreciate fragrances so damn much to the point where, you know what, I will wear pretty much anything. And I'm so happy to have this in my collection because it's simply a classic. So thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Matt, thank you so much for this bottle, this 38.4 ml. I am so grateful, my friend. You're absolutely incredible. Just like each and every one of you guys who are watching. So thank you so much. Literally, it means a lot from the bottom of my heart. If there's any questions you guys have about any fragrances, please, please, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Keep smelling good, and I will see you all in the next episode. I know I don't really look into the lens that much, so this is a one-off. Have a good night, and keep smelling good.